Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Elizibar. We're going to talk about this graphic novel. I just recorded like 30 minutes of this, or tried to, and it just all came out wrong. So we're going to try again. I bought this a couple weeks back. It got to me. It took me a couple days to actually read it. I read it in like 2 different sessions. I bought it because I know who this guy is. And it was a good purchase. I really liked it. I really like this piece of art right here. We're going to talk about the art on the inside, though, because that's what what you buy is. And most of the time, I don't like this art. Like this whole opening section here where they're establishing the characters, how these Marines aren't really fit for the job they're being sent to do, their discipline problems, their practice and training and morale. These guys have some issues. Look at this. Fighting in the chow line. Illicit boxing. Beating the crap out of the Mel guy. You know, just hazing him till he falls. Getting caught. Officer pokes. Boom! Puke. Tapioca. This was good writing. I like this bit. Then we meet like their opposite numbers in the Chinese army here. And up through this, like, I'm not really digging the art. Still not digging it. Still not really digging it. Still not digging it. You'll see the moment it turns. He's scouting, looking for troops. They're not finding anybody. They're like, oh, great. Still not digging it. The officer is talking about his pistol. If you feel me in any way, we'll let the Lord sort it out. And of course, the pistol is named the Lord. It's right there on the barrel. That's a good bit. I enjoyed the writing. These soldiers talked like, I guess you should call them, these Marines talked like, I remember hearing guys talk when I was a kid. I was an army brat. And they talked like the guys in the stories that my dad or my brother would tell me. They talk like I sometimes overheard. And this is where I start liking the art. Right here. Right here. These glowing red eyes. This sold me. Because the art has this weird dreamy look to it, and it just doesn't work during daytime. As soon as you get to nighttime, it does. This is a great 2-page layout. Some brutal fighting. The Mel guy, French. He's like the only guy I recognize. I can't tell people apart in this art style very easily. Like, who's this guy? I have no idea who that is. He's dead. That's cold, man. When touching metal takes your skin off, that is so cold. I felt that kind of cold. I mean, this is probably like minus 30 or something out here. Like, that's what it got during the polar vortex a few years back. I can only stand to be out in that for like an hour. These guys were sleeping out there in that. Tough dudes. If I have one quibble about the writing here, it's this panel. It doesn't need to say air power. You know what that means, and then you just stop. You don't say air power, you just show. Boom. Boom. In fact, I'm not sure that panel needed words in it either. Like, that's probably like my only quibble with the writing. Otherwise, I like it. It's good. It's a good reading. I like how you kind of see like the way the Marines see these guys. They're monsters. And why not? Way back here when this all started, they're sneaking up, attacking in the night. Oh, did I pass the page I wanted? Apparently I can't find the page I wanted. But there's a guy in his sleeping bag. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it's this page. So they're sneaking up. This is like when the art started to pull me in. Because the nighttime, at night, this art works. Because it should be horrifying, kind of dreamlike, not real. And it looks that way. Look at this, man. stabbing dudes in their sleeping bags, beating this guy to death. Help, help, Zipper is frozen. Oh my god. The fighting's absolutely brutal, and I'm going to skip over a lot of... Well, even not a lot. Some of that. Show off. So I can show panels like this off. Look at these inset panels. They're perfect. You know what's up here. It's mountains and people. You don't need to see it. You know it, because look at this crap. Holy moly. That's a lot of dudes. That's a lot of dudes. They got the medical tent surrounded. Guy gets his machine gun in position. Boom. Just in time. Here's the two Chinese characters that we follow. He's like a young gun, hot, Turk from college. He's like super commie. This guy's just an old dude. He's tough. He doesn't care. He's not a communist. He's just fighting because the guy with a gun told him to. And this is really like French's story. Like, there's a lot of fighting, a lot of other people. Hold on. There's a really great panel right here. Boom! Look at that. We hold the line. And that is the line. That's so good. And the Chinese officer is driving his troops forward. This is a horrifying page. Guy's out there. Here's a dude. Oh my god, yeah. My god, that's my reaction when I see that. Oh my god. So I call for a medic. He takes him to the medic. By the time he gets to the medic, he's dead. The medic's like, dude, being half froze to death was the only thing keeping him alive. You killed him. That's rough. That's rough. We'll come back to this page. We'll talk about this page in a minute. Here's another great one-pager. Look at this. This is it. The big finale. Look at it. It is. It is the big finale. Let's skip some, because we don't need to go through all this. So, little history lesson. I love Chesty Puller. He's got more than one great quote. We finally found them. We finally found them. We are surrounded. That simplifies the problem of getting these people and killing them. He was a Marine's Marine, I think. I'm not a Marine. I was an Army brat, so maybe not. The art changes here, and I don't know if it's an improvement or not. This art style reminds me of Control-Alt-Delete, a webcomic. Like this mouth. The writing is still by the same dude. Mostly, I think. At least, I shouldn't say that, because it says right here it's not the same dude. But the writing is like consistently, it's as consistently good here as it was on the other side. It's a little different. But when you realize that you're looking at a different culture, these are North Koreans here, running from the Chinese who are killing them all. Which is historically accurate, by the way. Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. Splick, splick, splick. Then blam, dude bites it. They run to a soldier. These are kids, they're fleeing. Their mom sent them away. Keep going south, darling, and take my jacket. I won't be needing it. Oh, it is so manly. Dude is so hardcore, man. Anyway, the soldiers save him. There's a good bit, yeah, here in the tent. Hey, little guy, what's your name? This is such a bad joke. But this is like how, if you're not a, like, this is how you should interact with kids, is what I'm getting at. Like, you're nice to them. Well, my name is Joe. You know? Well, Jason, my name is Joe. Like, here, he's just made a joke out of it, a little cultural understanding, gives the kid his hat, like... That's how you treat kids. Like, you make them feel safe. You make them feel welcome. Anyway, they take the kids to this old North Korean lady. They get under attack. Blah, 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 blah. Soldier, like, saves these two kids. Like, check this out. But they gun him down. They're hiding behind his corpse in a truck. And we'll just skip to the ending, because I like this page. Now the thing is, this is all, I don't know if the people, if the characters that we follow in this company, French and What was the other guy's name? Was it Cass? Something like that? I don't know. I could go through here and find his name, but... Corporal Kuhn, I don't remember reading him outside of that one page. Oh, that's pretty bad. To unfreeze the gun, he was peeing on it. It's the only source of warmth, man. Oh, Calf. Here it is. Yeah, Calf. Don't leave me. So, like, that guy I recognize French. It's easier to tell people apart in this art style than the other one. But this art style feels too cartoony. It's hard to take it seriously, even though the material is super serious. It's grisly. This one, this art style, it's kind of... It's got that same kind of not real effect, but it's all at night, and I think it's very effective, the way it's done. Let's see, where's that officer putting on the red? Come on, dude. I know you're in here somewhere. Where's the freaking evacuation? Nope, it's one more page back. Here it is. I read this page and it reminded me of a story from my brother told me about when he was in the 82nd. Is Mr. Lee seriously going to wear that? Are you putting a target on your chest? Okay, there's no sir. So naturally, being a superior officer, you've obviously gotten over your fear of death if you're speaking to me in such a manner, Second Lieutenant. This made me... This feels right. And it reminds me of a story. My brother was a jump master for a jump, and this brand new lieutenant comes waltzing in. My brother's like, okay, you need to do this and this and this. You know, he's like checking his rig, making sure, you know, his chute's going to open and everything, you know, like basic safety stuff. And the lieutenant looks at him and says, who do you think you are? No, what are you, the jump master? I think that's how it went. My brother looks at him and goes, no, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night. That's kind of how I feel about this book. I'm not a Marine. I wasn't at Chosin. I'll never know what it was like. But holy crap, do I empathize with that. I understand this level of cold, but it's hard for me to imagine being in that level of cold for more than a couple hours. Like, it's just mind-blowing. Much less, you know, digging holes, fighting, trenching, bleeding, stacking bodies, you know, moving machine guns around, carrying ammo cans. Like, I can't even imagine exerting myself that much in that kind of cold. When it's like minus 20 outside, I ain't shoveling the driveway. But I have that choice. These guys didn't have that choice. What they did was a monumental effort. Hold on. This page is real. They really did blow up this harbor. All the facilities gone. And if you look on that map, there's a map here at the beginning. Let's see. I think the Chosin Reservoir is this thing right over where it says north, maybe? Yeah, that's got to be it. That's Chosin Reservoir. There is the harbor that they demolish in Hamhung, and the airfield that they go out of is like under that H somewhere. That's how far north the UN forces was. That's why the Chinese sent that army with, you know, 500,000 men or whatever across the border, because they were afraid the war was going to continue up through China. It wouldn't have. As much as Doug MacArthur would have liked to have done that, it wouldn't have done that. They would have just settled in at the border, and that would have been that. And so here we are 70 years later with North Korea still starving citizens, still killing people, still being just a horrible place, because China bailed them out in 1950. I don't know, but it's a good book. It's definitely worth $10. I think I paid for it on Amazon. I think they only had like one other. There were like 2 left when I ordered it, so they may not even have any left. If you can find a copy of this, I definitely recommend reading it. The writing is solid in both stories with 2 different writers. The art styles maybe feel a little inappropriate at times, but they get the job done. It's not beautiful. What I was hoping for wasn't in the book. I was hoping the whole book would be in this style. This very rough, inked paint, like painted with inks kind of style. Like you can see some dry brushing techniques in here. This looks like somebody flecked white out to make snow. You put white out on like a toothbrush, and you can go, and you get all these little kind of dots. Or you can just put the toothbrush down and make little specks like that. Who did the cover art? Dude, it is a great cover, man. I wish your interior art had looked like that in the main story. Thanks for joining me. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check this out if you haven't checked it out already. I tried not to give too much of the details, like the plot beats away. I think I only showed like half the pages in the book. There's a lot of good stuff in here. The weakest part is right at the beginning, but it's necessary. I read comics very quickly. I go boom, 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 and I see if there's something important. And if there's something important, I'll go back and read it. And I just skip page after page after page after page after page, and I got to Tapioca, and I made myself go back and reread those pages and pay attention to them because I knew they were important. Sometimes you look at something, you know it's not important. Every page was important in this. There was nothing skippable. Bye-bye. If I can find the button. There's the button.